Woohoo! We made it through another opening. Awesome. Barely. Well, there were some casualties along the way, apparently. Because
something happened to Chuck.
Right?
He dropped out and we just kept on walking.
Yeah, we're like, okay, whatever.
Do not help that soldier.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. He was here and then he wasn't, right?
I hope he didn't have a stroke or nothing. I don't know.
I saw our friend Mike in the chat and I thought of these. These are on Amazon. You remember these?
Them burgers.
Burger cookies.
How much are they?
These are $68 for a set of 4.
That's probably about right, though. Right?
Yeah, 15, 16 pieces. You guys haven't seen these. It's shortbread cookies with like a dollop of chocolate frosting on top, like this big.
$60.
Mike says he'll have them at Hamvention. Mike, I hope they don't melt in the car.
All right, Mike.
And some cotties. Mike, is he going to have some cotties?
I don't know what you just said. Is that something you can say on YouTube?
Oh, cotties are like it's like a fish cake, like made out of haddock or pollock.
What is scrapple?
Scrapple's the scrap of the pig.
Yeah, it's everything that's left over after making sausage. But it's more of like a Carolina thing. But in Baltimore, they had I think it was a Rappa factory was there, but also like SK. So they had a lot of the meat. So I don't know if people know this or not, but Baltimore used to be about 50% German at one point in time,
and the other 50% was Polish.
Right, and they love that stuff.
Cincinnati has some weird thing called Geta, which is some kind of sausage that's only manufactured in that area.
That's like potato in it or something. Isn't it weird?
It's weird. I tried it when I was up there. It's not terrible, but it's like super, super rich. It's like, I don't know. It's like Braunschweiger in sausage patties you cook. It's a little very German.
Weird. Braunschweiger's good. I mean, if you like cherry flavored liver sausage.
I grew up on that crap, believe it or not.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I could still eat it today. I don't, because I know what it is now.
Yeah, somebody was saying it's snouts and balls. That's what it's really tails. It's really tails and pecker is what the scrapple's made.
It's good. So I'll tell you what, if you have a hangover, it's really good to eat.
That'll purge you of everything, I guess.
Yeah. You'll forget you were drunk.
Yeah.
The chat's going by really fast. I'm trying to keep up with it. Somebody was talking about Taylor pork roll, and Taylor pork roll is like a Jersey thing, and it's effing great. Get yourself a little Taylor pork roll, slice of American cheese, put that on a tater roll after you hit it in a skillet for a couple minutes. It's good stuff.
What is a Taylor pork roll?
I know I started this. I'm gonna have to call time on this in a minute. This isn't Clubhouse, folks.
We ain't been 40 minutes yet, so we still got time.
Just making sure.
Right.
We got time. Well, we don't. Let me be clear. I don't really have a show planned for tonight, but I thought, you know what? 4 people that are reasonably intelligent, because I'm here, so it's only reasonably intelligent. We can lie and BS about radio, I think, for an hour and sound like we actually know what we're talking about. So, I mean, we got a couple 3 projects going on.
Since Hollywood's here, I got something he can maybe fix for me.
Are you going to put the man to work? I mean, you got to wait. He's got to wait in the green room.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to do.
You got to check with the union delegate
factory.
Right.
He doesn't have to be here. I want to ask him. Go ahead and do that first.
Well,
we're going to do it later. Thanks, Todd.
You people can't be. Apparently, rules don't apply.
Randy.
What?
Randy.
Thank you very much, Todd.
Thanks, Todd.
Yeah, thank you.
Mahalo.
What's he fussing about? Chuck, go ahead.
Always.
So it's hard to show this because I can't get back far enough, but this is going to be the upright where the feed lines for my my hex beam. I'm trying to get rid of the PVC, try to lighten it up a little bit. Hollywood or anybody, doesn't matter who, there's this distance between these two because it basically is going to be kind of like ladder line, right? Does that make a difference on my ohms for my to make this thing work? I don't know.
I'm going to say it does. It does matter.
I think it probably does.
Paul, Craig, both you.
Whoever. So what I'm trying to do is lighten it up a little bit.
It has to matter, right? And it's so close together, that's going to affect it too.
Yeah, but it needs to be, I guess, 50 ohms, right? Because that's you could.
Damn, John.
Oh, wow.
There was a Jeep in that picture too. Don't send it to Ape.
I thought John
got
was.
messed up.
John's a smart guy. I thought he was answering for me, but so I think he wants to see a 50 ohm because basically what I have now is pieces of coax going from each bolt for each set of wires for the each band. 50 ohm.
Here you go. He's telling
that's
you.
50 ohm.
Yeah. But Ape, isn't there a way we can measure this with the Nano?
I don't know exactly how you'd measure that with the Nano. There's a way that you can measure it with the scope. Like you can measure it with a 2-port oscilloscope by looking at input voltage at one side and then reading how much voltage is at the other side
and mathing it.
And figuring out what the attenuation of the voltage is across the thing to give you an estimation of ohmic resistance. If I said that wrong, Hollywood, tell me I did it wrong.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to check it. That's the thing. I know there's.
Well, I mean, the other thing is stick it on your SWR meter and see what the SWR, like if it's 3 or 4 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 20 to 1, then you have a ballpark to work your way down in, if you know what I mean. Or
it just means I don't know how to do it with the Nano VNA. That's right. That's what we're saying.
Right.
It sounds to me like you can't. I'm with Don on that one. I think he nailed that. There might be.
Oh, look here, feed one.
So
in
if you go,
resistor.
well, what's Hollywood say? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's almost exactly what I was talking about. I just
feed
didn't have a
one
variable
end
resistor.
and place a variable resistor on the opposite end. When SWR is 0, then you measure the resistance of the potentiometer.
Yep.
Sounds like fun. I don't know.
Did that make sense to everybody?
You know how Chuck's going to do it, don't you? I'm going to hook it up and hook up the 20 meter.
You're going to do it by
see
ear.
what it looks
I
like.
can hear.
He's going to put it on the
hear.
He's going to put it on the rig expert.
Oh, you know what? You could use that manual tuner, Ape. That's essentially what you're doing. Use the manual tuner and then write down the inductance and capacitance.
Yeah, do something like that.
Start at 0.
Yeah, boy. Do something like that.
Figured out, Ape. We'll do it live.
So, Chuck, what kind of bands are you going to put on that beast?
So it has 20, 17, 15, 12, 10, and 6.
You're not going to do the bonus band?
I might throw the what do they call it? Child's band. Child's band.
Looky what we got here.
Look at that.
I'd like to comment
on
Joe Brett's fake news reporting, where he was reporting that somebody was selling the Cartena Apollo on QRZ.
This could not go without shame.
Yeah, he should be brought up on charges and taken to ham court, as a matter of fact, because
he knows better.
It's not an Apollo. It was an early model Artemis. That's right, son.
Was it gray too? Was it?
No, it wasn't gray.
Also,
so but this second gen doing is the old bait and switch.
So I can
see how it got
second
past
batch.
The clubhouse boys.
Could it also be a bootleg one? Was it a legit Artemis, or was it a bootleg one? Maybe that
it was black.
It could even have been a bootleg. I didn't see the whole kit. They just had a picture of a frame in poor lighting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
now the guy did go through all the trouble. I can see where Joe Brett got his mistaken facts from. What with his grade and everything. It had a picture of an Artemis, and then it had pictures of the paper for the Apollo.
Yeah,
and a link to the Apollo description. And frankly, I think Joe should have to do the Walk of Atonement. That's the only way to make it right.
I do not want to see that man naked.
Are you calling ham court?
I think we're close to it. So you're on notice, Joe Brett.
Bootlegs use Roman god names. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, brother.
He was at Josh's outing last weekend, which I was going to try and go to this year, but I had 2 other things planned besides that, so I did the family thing instead. I missed seeing TC though.
Did you notice that Joe Brett left?
There
he is. There he is.
Has he fled the jurisdiction?
Yeah, he was gone for a while. Now he's coming back talking sass.
Joe Brett. Usually the mess ups are the person that gives me the addresses.
I know who didn't mess up. Me.
I know
It
who
wasn't
didn't
me.
mess
Well,
up.
yeah,
You
you
don't
didn't do
do
anything.
nothing.
So
That's right.
how
Be
could you mess
fair.
up if you don't
I
do
wasn't
nothing?
going to say that out loud, but I'm like, what is his function exactly? Because
And
I
I
don't
do. I
remember
look.
that
I'm
he's
the glue.
involved in
I'm
this
the gap
thing.
filling.
Hey.
I'm the glue that keeps it together.
No, you're the
Now-
official nag. Have you boys got
I
the
will
new finish
say
out
Oh,
yet?
he wrote
Oh,
the instructions
oh,
for the Poseidon and did a
oh,
really, really good job.
Oh,
Damn right.
I'm
Because
prepared
other
for this.
people, other companies put out antenna kits and they don't have written instructions. You have to watch their video to get views.
And they don't have counterpoise either.
Yeah, because
No
if you ain't got a
counterpoise,
counterpoise, you ain't shite. I'm just saying.
you
that.
know,
That's right.
we really shouldn't be talking bad about Jim Heath here. We like Jim. If he wants to make an antenna kit, God bless him.
Bless his heart.
Right, bless his heart. Jim, you had something to say?
I did.
Oh,
By
look
God.
at that.
Tumblr check. Who's
My
got their Tumblr?
gosh. I got one, but it's fake.
Holy moly, Ape's got his too.
That's right.
You had to steal
Mine's
that
even
back
got-
from your kid.
I did.
Oh, you got the special one.
He's got
do
the
the
special.
limited
Teal's
release.
got the special.
Oh,
Chuck,
that's
you got the
Teal's
special?
got the same one too.
You got your special? Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
My
Awesome.
boy.
This is
Thank
my
you, Jim.
water. This one's for my water. But I do have Kathy's here also.
Well, look at that in tactical green.
This
Yep.
could be Kathy's next one, Charles.
I know. She's
Now, I will tell you, I have been surprised. Y'all have not quite proven me wrong. We're not sold out of them,
almost.
Ron,
but we are
what's the
damn
now?
close.
So,
So,
So how
half
many-
of a Monday night.
How many went?
over half.
Yeah.
Well over half.
You're
I
welcome.
mean, there's only a few left. Like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5, something like
I
that.
thought we got 30 of them.
yeah.
We did have 30 of them.
And there's only 4 left.
Yes.
I told you. I said, son, them pink ones going to sell, son. And you were like,
Well,
no.
There's only 4 left. So if you want one, you need to get on the stick
chip chop,
with
son.
the program.
Chip chop right now.
Right?
Prep
So-
Cam Hall wants you to fill it full of water and
Don
turn it
said
over
he
on
told
top
you.
of your keyboard.
Don,
Don
told
said
you.
he set you straight.
Y'all proved me
told
wrong.
you.
I didn't
Oh.
think we'd sell one of these damn things.
And for the record, Monday night we actually determined the appropriate name for the color. It is called Perry-Winkle, as in Jim Perry-Winkle.
Jim Perry-Winkle.
Oh, y'all are special. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Chuck,
lime
you better
green
be
is
on-
next.
be on
Can't
your
lose it in the
behavior.
field.
Lime green, yeah.
So Gray Man is correct. It is
Uh-oh.
not pink. It is Perry-Winkle.
she likes
and
it.
The pink was really not a good pink. There's good pink and there's bad pink. You fellas know what I mean.
I thought that it was berry. Very
Berry,
berry.
berry.
Was,
The official name of it is Very Berry. Yes.
Very, very, very.
And Mrs. Periwinkle said, "Son, that ain't pink." And I said,
hey,
"Well,
Jan, we look who's in the chat. We got the John.
it's the only one we can get."
Communications and cigars.
Oh, Jim
Hold
got 2 of
on,
them.
John.
Hey,
Two
John.
Johns now.
So yeah, there's only a few left, and if y'all want one, you need to get on it because they'll probably be gone by tomorrow morning. I would guess at the rate they've been going out the door.
He's saying it's Fuseca.
I don't recognize that as a color. Red, orange,
Fuseca.
yellow, blue, and
Yeah.
purple are the only colors that matter.
I can't even count to 128. Mike.
Right? We were too poor. I had the 8-pack and was told to shut up and be happy with it.
Well, I
So-
mean, they don't taste as good, but that's fine,
Right? I really wanted to try burnt sienna,
right?
but anyway,
Did John get enough information on the Poseidon for the dual Poseidon thing? I don't know.
John
I
Gendron.
didn't
Ape
send
got
him.
it.
He wanted Smith
Did you get
charts. I
back
didn't
to him?
send- No.
I don't have Smith charts. That's something that the rig expert. Well, it might do it, but not. On
It does
mine.
a Smith chart, I think. I'm pretty sure it does.
It gives a. You're talking about the rig expert.
Do it, Phil.
Yeah.
It gives a poor facsimile thereof.
Okay. He's hating. He's hating on
I'm
it.
not. I'm just being honest.
Okay.
I think mine needs to be sent in. It's seen better days. The connector's not very good.
You have a nano though, don't you, Chuck? So you could start to use the nano and be like Ape when you grow up.
I have a comment too that I would probably go to first.
True.
Just saying.
True.
Mm.
True.
Something's loose on this.
So if
thing.
you were going to take a portable dipole with you in the field and you didn't want to do an inverted V, how would you, toss 2 ropes and 2 trees?
I would mount it as a sloper.
A dipole? It's a
dipole?
sloper? Yeah, you
Mhm.
can do it. It's going to be kind of
Well,
a
if you
little
do it
heavy
right.
in the center.
if you do it right. But yeah, I'd probably do it as a sloper.
Okay.
Flat top would be good.
Flat tops are a pain in the ass.
I mean, if you do it as a
rotatable dipole for that video, and that thing worked great.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that's why I've never really messed with the dipole, because I don't have any trees conveniently co-located where I could do that. Because I really would like to mess with the dipole, but I just got nowhere I can set that up and get it high enough to be worthwhile.
Well, that's the thing. If you get it high enough, mine was it was 10. I think I originally, when I made the contact with that guy, it was 10 meter. You don't have to be that high for that to get
for 10, right?
To get it flat. And it
so Mr. Mudge is on here, and he's going to be on the show on the 30th, and he says use a rope. So he made this antenna, and it's a ham rope. It's not a ham stick; it's a ham rope. Nice. So he just took a rope, and then he wrapped magnet wire around the rope, and then you just hang the rope up, and then you got a vertical like a ham stick. Like he's over there on Ham Jazz's Discord, and I go over there, and they really need a therapist with a needle full of Thorazine, because they're also crazy over there. they are making antennas out of any and everything, like old cable, like power cords, tape measures.
Simon and Mr. Mud both.
I think Simon goes down. I think Simon goes down to the downtown and starts looking through all the dumpsters and dumpster dives.
Doing the dumpster diving.
He's like, I got a bumper off of a 79 Beetle that I'm going to.
Yeah. He goes, if I could just get this dumpster out to the POTA, I could light it up with my tuner,
Well, as far as weird antennas go, I think Simon jumped the shark when he made the canopy antenna. Because I honestly thought that was just insane genius, like Dr. Evil level genius.
They're asking if I saw the tape antenna. I did not see the tape antenna today. Simon gave me a sneak preview earlier this week, and I was not back in time to watch it. But it's in my team replay list.
I want you to just think about this. What if Mr. Mud and Simon and Smart Ben get together?
I don't know. What if they did?
What kind of weird crap
how are they getting together? Are they?
Well, they're all in Canada.
They're making antennas, Chuck. What were you
making
thinking?
Antennas?
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. You never know.
The fireman in him just came out.
You're right. Chuck, reel that in. We're not at training meeting, man. Well, because Ben, I can't remember his call sign. Ben Eady. Ben's got his Faraday cloth tape 2-meter antenna.
VK something.
Yeah,
VE something.
VE something.
I got it. Hang on.
Yeah, it's a VE.
VE6 SFX.
Yeah, special effects.
Special.
So yeah, I mean, if him and Simon and Mr. Mud get together, that'd be some chaos.
That's not the right link. Ignore that.
Oh Lord.
It's fine. That's the link to the burger cookies. Y'all can, click it if you want burger cookies.
Oh, okay. I thought that might be a Swedish.
I might need some of those.
Oh, they're fantastic.
A Swedish what?
Nothing. Never mind.
There you go. Smart Ben. There's his website. He's got a awesome roll-up J-pole design you could fit in your pocket and it wouldn't hurt because it's made of cloth.
Yeah. It looks pretty cool. I've got to get one.
Does he have any coax on it?
No, just a BNC connector.
Oh, no coax.
You bring your own.
So see, and the thing I thought about with that Faraday thing, he makes it in 2-meter, but I was thinking, man, 10-meter, that would be the schnizzle. Because I did a 10-meter J-pole with ladder line, and it worked fine. It's kind of a pain in the butt to store that stuff anywhere unless you use a lot of zip ties.
Well, you know how Chuck is with the zip ties.
He does love a zip tie. He does love a zip tie.
Zip ties.
No, Ape. Oh yeah, that's right. Ape has
I can't believe Ape hasn't got those little zip ties, man.
I've got every zip tie that you can imagine.
Hey, Jim,
and the other day I was at the Home Depot and I was stuck in. I was in the zip tie section for a while, looking just kind of foaming, like a rail fan does when a coal train comes by.
Stop talking about Frank. He's in the chat.
Are you talking about Frank? He's right here.
Yeah,
yes, Steve.
Here, dude.
So Mr. Ron, AA5RX, ordered some tumblers, and he doesn't know if it went through or didn't go through because of the mad dash to get the last 4. He would like you to check. Please.
Okay.
He just ordered them then.
Yeah, just joined the show. It's in the chat. Speaking of, it's in the chat over
Jim,
there.
you can check. You can check that. Right? You got the.
I'm checking it right now. Yeah.
It's in both places for me.
What are you talking about? It's in both places for you.
The chat.
We're not talking about the chat, Chuck. We're talking about the website, Chuck.
T.O. was.
Thank you, Chuck. Thanks for paying attention. I appreciate that.
I know.
I
pay
like
attention.
These two.
Hey, listen, I'm getting an email right now to see if the order came through.
I think we're going to have to get a second box of these.
Two of them don't get it. You know who does, Tia? Me and you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you two are in your own world
all the time.
The problem is it took forever to get those damn mugs.
It did.
That's because Jim was slacking.
Well, he didn't order when he said he did. Let's just get that out in the open.
Yes, I did. It took longer to get them.
It took longer to get you to order is what it took. Right.
I got an email. What is this?
No, Ron, your order did not go through.
Oh, damn.
They have Strom damage in Florida, looks like. Ooh, man.
Storm?
Not Storm, but Strom. Motorcycle damage.
Oh, I mean, Strom
Suzuki
dead?
Strom damage.
Didn't Strom die a while ago?
Oh,
so he's like
man.
100 years old.
Oh, wait till Ape sees that Jeep.
Where are you looking?
Probably
where am I looking?
Coffee and Ham Radio's
I'm in my
Discord
emails
channel.
right now.
Oh, he emailed it. Yeah.
I'm in email.
I was telling you there's a Jeep in there, Ape. Don't look.
Don't look. Well, it doesn't show if it really got hurt, though.
I'm logging in the website to see if it shares what happened. Yeah, Ron, I don't see an order through for you at all. So you will have to try.
Ron, the problem is you probably have to put your credit card number in there.
Yeah, with your government name.
Oh, you do? So I'm making strides on the hex beam.
Yeah, we still have a few left. So if you want to get these, you need to chip chop.
Chip chop.
Anyway, so that's what Chuck is working on. Ape, what are you messing with today?
So
I have this.
Let
me embiggen you, son.
I'm getting ready to test this out. I'm not going to test it right now though, because my Nano VNA with the clips is upstairs. But this is 12
on the nightstand next to the bed.
Mm-hmm. This is you never know when you got to check impedance, son. So this is.
Your wife says she has a headache. You go, Nano VNA says that's a lie.
That's a lie.
So many jokes are writing themselves right now.
I've got 12 ferrite toroid cores at a half-inch in diameter, outer diameter, mix 43. And I have them on this piece of RG6 75 ohm cable. And then what I'm going to do is hook my VNA up to here, and I'm going to do an S21 test, which you can't do with a rig expert, by the way. And then I'm going to measure the choking impedance of this, because I'm playing around with 75 ohm coax cable, but ABC always be choking. I know not everybody believes that. And what you want to do is I want to have a 75 ohm cable in line with my 75 ohm coax. So that's why I'm doing this.
So you're just going to roll all 75 ohms and
roll all 75, son, from the antenna to the tuner. Oh, I should have said from the antenna to the manual tuner, because I only use manual tuners now because I'm better than people who don't. That's
okay. I only use resonant antennas. So
but I was going to say, do you use that with your QRP radio?
That's right. That's right. Even with the QRP. Boy, I tell you,
72.8.
The internet has no fury like a QRP radio operator.
Oh,
right.
So if y'all haven't seen it, Ape did a awesome video about QRP.
It's like this.
It's really more about the QRP lifestyle than anything else.
Right. Did Starbucks ban you for life after that video?
Starbucks? Me?
Yeah, you.
Starbucks? What did I make fun of?
Well, you told me the only people with QRP was skinny jeans, latte sipping Starbucks people. So
that's right. But a lot of people are like, "Hey, I like QRP," and then some people are like, "Are you joking? Are you joking around? Are you being serious?" So I found that to be pretty funny.
Right.
So they're saying I need 70. Tell Smoking Ape we need 75 ohm leads to the Nano VNA. Son,
Rob,
first off, the Nano VNA, you can set the system impedance of the Nano VNA to 75 ohms. So listen, I'm expert level. I don't know what else I need to do to convince you people of that, but I know what I'm doing.
So since you had a problem with your crimper tonight not being the right size,
wasn't my.
Of course, it wasn't. Do you have adapters to go from SMA to F?
No. So I ordered the new crimper will be here tomorrow, and then I have these other ones.
So we had a whole 30-minute diatribe about connectors and crimpers before the show.
And I got these. These are, I don't know how to work them yet, but these are. See that? These are SO239s, and they'll fit on the
RG8
70. Yeah,
75
RG6.
But I don't know how these work either. So I guess I have to watch an internet YouTube video on how to work these things. Like when you take this back screw out, there's like 6 pieces in here.
Make it happen. Let's see an overhead. I'll smallify you while you're doing that.
So did you find the other toroid last night?
I found another bag of toroids. So,
Lord,
I know, but you said you had 10, but you only had 9.
Yeah,
I didn't find them.
Normal people have snacks by their bed. He has a nano VNA and toroids.
That's the prototype choke.
Snack.
And then this is the crimper. Here, let me do this. So this is the SO239 crimper, and you can see solder on there right there.
Mm-hmm.
But when I start taking this thing apart,
stuff falls out.
Like you have this piece, and I guess you have to strip this down a little bit, and then you stick it in here. That's a tight fit, son. But
yeah,
I'm not.
It's made to screw on. That's
what's that?
It's supposed to screw onto the coax.
You put all that crap poking out here too, right? I would imagine.
Yes, you got to strip out the center conductor and then some part of the shield, and then that all goes up in there.
Then I got this washer.
Coax?
I got this washer right here, son. And then I got this piece.
Your big head's in the way of that one.
Then I got this piece right here, which is like a rubber grommet. And then I got another washer, and then I got like this piece.
Yeah, that's a
easy.
seal.
That's easy.
And some of those may be shims for something smaller than RG6, like RG8.
Well, it says it's for RG6 and RG8X.
Okay. I didn't know how close they were in diameter.
I was gonna say RG8X is bigger. RG8X is 213 size. RG6 is
no. It's
about 8X is smaller than 8.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not 100%. But see, the thing is that there's really nothing connecting anything in here.
It's just when you push it in,
you're supposed to fold the shield back.
Right.
Yep. That's what gets you your screw on
around it.
Right. So
Don says you're missing a part. I don't know.
You know, I ain't done. You crazy. So, like, I guess you peel some of this off, and then you fold some of that.
Haven't you ever done coax before?
Not
put
these.
A fitting on?
Not these.
Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah, no, John, I'm with you, John. I was right. RG8X is smaller than RG6. I was pretty sure of that.
Yeah, not much.
Yeah, probably not much, but it's smaller. And I think some of those are bushings if you're using smaller cables, so you can use RG8X.
And John said slight bit thinner.
Well, it's slight is still smaller, which is my point. And that would probably also work with RG58 too.
I'd have to look at that. It didn't come with any documentation.
They never do.
You got to get the cable experts guy on the YouTube.
Son of a bitch.
Chuck Abramson could probably tell us.
Where's Chuck when you got
it? And so this is the center conductor of this RG6.
Solid core?
Solid core, 18 gauge, son. Now what?
Don has been a member for 23 months.
And there's a part to slip between the shield and the dielectric.
Don's the main guy, man. He's the man.
Well, see, I think that's true, Don, if you got the crimple, and these are press fit or whatever it's called. And then under bad advice, I got this thing.
Bad advice from whom?
I want to say you.
Oh, hell no, you didn't.
And then so again, this is so I could put a BNC connector on my RG6, and this is just supposed to slip right in here somehow. And this is supposed to slip in here somehow, but it doesn't fit.
Hold it up in the middle.
You have to bend the stuff back though too.
Yeah, that's the wrong tool for that BNC.
That's what I'm saying. This is the wrong one.
Well, don't mar it. You're sending it back to Jim? Amazon. No, Jim didn't order nothing. I was not involved in this operation at all.
take the outer part of the BNC and put it over that round knurled piece.
It won't
Actually,
fit.
You might have it right.
It
now.
won't go in there.
It won't. This won't fit. So
that's
like,
what I was asking him earlier.
Yeah. Okay.
Like you probably would need some sort of lubrication to get that to fit because it ain't going to.
John says there's an adjustment to make.
That's what I'm saying, Hertz. I think this is I think I got F'd because this is an F series connector.
And back on your other connector, Hollywood said you solder the pin. The shield is compression fit inside. Hollywood uses them.
Well, that's the kind of company I keep. People like Hollywood.
No, I think it's more like Hollywood does talk to you occasionally.
Use the same type of connectors.
It's like a big brother situation. He's reaching out to help up the disadvantaged who can't buy the right crimp tool too. Jeff has been a member for 13 months. Jeffrey, thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
And Evan Barchak. That is the connectors that he was crying about last night, Evan.
Yes.
Evan's so quiet tonight.
Jim, put Jeff's picture back up there. I think that's me in his avatar. Like we're sitting at the bar at Hamcation or something. I'm in the black shirt.
I can't make it no bigger, but
right.
How do I get back to where I was?
Could be
wrong
you.
Tuner, wrong crimper, batting 1,000. There you go.
Right. Yeah, you did order the wrong.
Hold a second. Somebody's talking. Somebody needs to be put in timeout. Is that what's going on here?
Our buddy Dave.
That's an F crimper. Ron said you're F'd up.
Yeah,
son.
but it's an F. Oh, it's an F crimper, and you're putting BNCs in it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. Lee, we've been hamming all night.
So I ordered another crimper.
Force it. It'll fit. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, Hollywood. We know what you're doing.
I want a
Izzo
precision instrument.
Izzo's calling you out as a closet QRPer.
Listen, I know for a fact that Izzo's done QRP.
I do too. I tried to get him one day, and man, I could not hear him, and I can hear almost everybody.
It's not that I have a problem with QRP as a premise. It's the people that is the problem. You know what I'm saying?
And John, who is apparently knows how to buy the right crimper, has one that does both.
Can you email me the BNC one real quick so I can try it out?
I think John, the one he ordered this time does both.
Yeah.
And Lee has been a member for 14 months, and he asked if we're hamming yet. This is, yeah.
Son, we talked about toroids. We talked about coaxial cable. We talked about
radio.
Crimping.
Full
Other
frontal
than the last
radio.
show that Clubhouse did, this is a lot more.
Right. You watch the next show the Clubhouse does is going to be on toroids, RG11, RG7 cable. Shit, RG6. I don't know. I must be drinking or something.
How many Millers you had
here? I haven't had any. This is orange Gatorade.
That's the problem.
It is.
John said it might do RCA, F, and B and C. Don't dump it yet. He's only got about $12 in it, John. So I don't think he's going to have to eat cat food or nothing if he keeps it.
So listen, here's the thing. On the QRP video, I actually took out 3 slides because I felt like I was going a little too hard on the QRP crowd. There was a lot more material in there that was a lot worse.
Don't worry, they couldn't hear you.
But right, one of the things is I left out.
He's correct.
Is so like a QRPer sits there and says, "There's no real difference between 10 and 100 watts. It's just a few dB, which is really only a half of an S unit or two, right?" And they keep making that scale smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller to make it sound like there's not a big difference in watts. But then they start talking about the antenna, and they're like, "Well, I use an antenna that has 3 dB a gain." What we should say right back to them is, "It's just a half S unit. It's just a half S. Nobody's going to be able to tell any difference, right? Why? What?"
And what was the other thing that you and me were talking about the other night? Because we were looking at someone's video, and I don't want to mention his name, but you know who I'm talking about.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Who was going on, and he was, and you pointed this out, and you're exactly right. God, it hurts saying that. That he was flopping between. I know, right? It's killing me.
In front of him, especially.
That head, I could see that big old head getting bigger.
They go from a linear scale to logarithmic, back to
log scale. Yeah.
We didn't mention any names, Don. How do you know who we're talking about?
Right. And every time they do that, they do it with the point of making it so 90 watts sounds like a lot of watts. But if you say, oh, well, 90 watts is really only about 9 dB, but that's really only 1.5 S units, right? So they keep making it sound like smaller and smaller increments when they're talking about power. But the second you start talking about antenna gain, all of a sudden, oh, you mean 1.5 S unit, 9 dB? Woo! You know what I mean? And then they reverse it the other direction to make it sound like it's something amazing.
And Abe has, I mean, that was a great point that he made. And I was like, you know what? That's exactly right, because this is getting so confusing that unless you really listen to what they're saying, you're going to be, oh, Jesus, I need to switch to QRP. Can I cut the power on my radio down lower? Because I'm destroying the environment.
But by the time that these QRP people get done talking to you, you're like, oh my God, I've been messing up operating at 100 watts. What have I been doing? Right. I could, you mean to tell me I can run off a 9-volt battery? You know what I mean? It's like,
when I run QRP, I usually get my 5-element Yagi out and oh yeah, I'm only 10 watts tonight. Look at that.
What are we looking at here?
So you asked John if he could email that to you real quick, and he actually
he emailed it to you.
Thank you,
that looks legitimate. That looks like it was not made by the lowest bidder to Amazon.
It says to wear eye protection. That's how serious this thing is.
Yeah, but listen, I never use protection. I don't.
Yeah.
That's pretty obvious.
Where's Liberty tonight?
You had that one operation after not using protection, and now you don't need to use it anymore.
Well, he just keeps the pharmacy in stock of those certain drugs, but never mind.
John, did you need us to share those other pictures, or did you not want us to share those? Was that a private thing, or the Y Cars Club pictures? Because I mean, I'll do it if you want me to.
Y Cars,
and then let me know where we can send the donations to. No, it is not.
The tower
it is messed up. Tim, you're incorrect completely on that one. We have someone specific in mind, but it ain't him.
What did he say?
He said we can share the pictures.
He said you're hating on, or no, Don said you're hating on ARK, and we're not going to talk about.
No, it has not. It has nothing to do with him.
No, because he runs 100 watts.
That's what I said. We didn't mention a name.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know why he thought it automatically of Adam.
And Gray Man, we're not on 75 meters here, so no one's going to talk about their latest Roto-Rooter event.
Well, so the thing is that I wasn't even thinking of. I never even thought of ARK when I was making that. But I was talking about QRPers in general, right? And
yeah,
let me just see if I can find
and I will defend ARK here on this. First of all, he's doing sodas on a mountain where he's carrying all his crap in 5 miles on a lot of his adventures.
Right, it's different.
My man carried an amp to a mountaintop.
God bless him, right? Because I get tired walking to the other end of the house to get a soda. So
if it wasn't a soda on the other end of the house, he wouldn't go.
That's exactly right. I stay here.
Right. He was on a soda, not a soda.
That's right. So ARK is not exactly carrying a 100-watt radio in his backpack, and he probably could.
He does. He has.
But yeah,
he took a 7300 up on a soda I wouldn't even gone
saw that
on.
video. Bless his heart. But
he's an animal.
I mean, I understand why he'd be QRP, for example. Totally.
Right.
A whole different paradigm.
Plus, he does a lot of CW, and CW and QRP works really well.
You don't need a whole lot of power on CW. That's right.
But see, even QRP people have changed the rules, right? Like QRP was 5 watts or less. Now they bend that to be 10 watts or less. And now, it's really 20 watts or less. I mean, they keep bending it.
So 100 watts or less could be QRP.
Ooh, look at that.
Wow.
So this is the Y Cars, the York County Amateur Radio Society's clubhouse after a storm. Knocked the tower down.
The roof came down.
The roof off. Yeah.
That's nuts.
Oh, the roof.
And the Y Cars YouTube channel is fantastic information, by the way.
But you guys see this stuff over here by the patio? That's hail. That's how big the hail was.
Yeah.
That's like ice cube size hail.
Well, it looks like somebody spilled their smoothie on the side of the house.
Yeah. Look at those.
They're green.
If those were diamonds, you'd be rich.
Machine.
Don, exactly right. That's right. It's less than 1,500. It's QRP.
So there's the storm damage. That was some strong wind to blow all that green stuff all over the side of the building there.
That's nuts, man.
And then there's a
that was the guy that was mowing
over here. Yeah.
Crimping ain't easy.
There's a Yalgi.
Dean has been a 23-month member. Good Lord, half the yards on the side of the building.
This looks like Ape's house after his lawnmower got.
Thanks, Dean.
Like kale. It's like somebody's got kale all over.
Right?
Somebody has some digestion problems after eating.
So you telling me that Y Cars might be closet QR people?
Is that
not with this kind of coax?
You don't QRP. You don't need that kind of coax.
That's impressive.
You'd break your radio hooking that coax up to it, and then Jeep coming in here. So hide your eyes, Ape.
Oh boy, that's not. Jeeps look good a little banged up.
Bad.
Windshield's fine.
And that's the first Jeep I seen. The windshield was fine. Too. How many windshields have you gone through in your Jeep, Abe?
I will be on my third one. I have a crack in
terrible
mine right now.
windshields. Terrible.
Chris
windshields.
Radio and Life member for 8 months. Chris, thank you
All right,
very
Chris.
much.
Thank you.
There you go.
That's
John's
that's
Heliax.
John's
He
Heliax.
just had to claim it.
Yeah.
Hey, don't be eyeballing my Heliax, boy.
So when you get serious about 6 meter, Heliax is the thing.
Well,
Probably
so
2
people
meter
have come
also.
to me and said, I've loved the QRP video. Can you do one on contesters?
Oh, snap.
Right.
So
And then
so
they-
if you do the one on contesters, you got to get a thing of Kyle saying, "I have a flex" in the middle of it.
Right.
Oh, Lord, look who's in the chat. We're talking. Your
And
ears must
Jazz.
have been burning.
He's been in the chat.
He was here before. Where you been?
I didn't see him in the chat.
You need the ginkgo
Yeah, he was.
biloba for your memory, son.
He was. Yes. He
My
was. He
memory's
was
not
in
that
there
good.
from the
How
beginning,
big is
man.
the 10-meter band?
But the thing is that
Huge.
you can't
It's
alienate
big.
everybody, right?
Like 1.5 megahertz, I think. Maybe almost 2. Because it goes from 28 to 29.94 or something like that.
Oh, Ape was talking about the bonus band on my hex beam. It actually it's tunable. It's close enough. If I had to.
Right. But do a segment of how's my audio. Yeah, I mean we could do that. There's a lot of different ham types. Like we could talk about the FEMA hams. That would be a good one.
Or the orange vest people.
yeah.
Or the FEMA
Yeah,
guys.
we could do a segment on the ham police. That's a whole nother group.
28 to 29.7. Frank's on the ball there.
I was pretty close.
Let me check him.
I knew it was 28 to 29.9 something, but I couldn't remember the exact cutoff on up at 29. Where's
what they're
CB? CB's 27.
Hey,
27.
Frank is correct.
27555 is the upper side band channel.
Triple nickel.
Right. Let's see what we got on here.
I turned my CB on the other day in the motorhome and the what do you call it? What's channel 6? What do they call that one? The Super Bowl. It was live and going, man.
Super Bowl 6.
About the
The
only
last
thing
time I talked on CB, Carter was president.
This is
I
probably
did it
about
like 2 weeks ago, man.
I'll say
And there
about
was
2
no
years ago.
hostages
last
in
time.
Iran. And we still controlled Iran.
I had to put a tuner on my CB antenna I got from Amazon.
Anytime, Izzo. Anytime.
So
Cornbread,
Frank had
I'm
a
with
chart
you,
in front of him.
man.
He
If the
says,
sofa or the chair don't reach, then never mind.
So Wilderness Frank was saying, here you go.
Foamer Frank.
"So
Chuck,
check
what
this
you
out.
got
You
there,
guys,
son?
next
Foamer
time you guys go to Dayton or something, pick some of these up.
Hey, Todd.
They're nice size, and then I throw just packing tape over the top of it to make it even more waterproof
Make it beer
Poe
proof.
Man's laminate.
or beer proof. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's saying it's 10 watts or less, period. See, that's the thing. It used to be 5 watts, and the QRPers are
Who
like,
said
"Well,
that?
we can bend the rules a little bit, guys. I mean, come on.
It used to be make your own
The bands are
radio
bad.
watts. or
Right,
less.
right. So, like, I want to know when they decided to not grandfather in, where they would let the 10 watters in and be like, there'd be a lot more of us. There'd be a lot more people on our side if we let the 10 watters in. And they must have had a conclave and decided to do that.
That's all the antennas that the club lost.
Force 12s are
Holy moly.
nice.
That's a couple
17 meter.
dollars.
I would do something like 12 or
Do you got insurance? You got
17
insurance
or
on
15 maybe.
Oh yeah, they probably had that $200 ARRL insurance. They're all good.
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. $200 would totally cover that.
Well, that's just how much you pay for the insurance because nobody ever needs it.
Mike wants an opinion.
So
Give him
speaking
opinion,
of
Abe.
opinion, somebody was talking bad about Mike yesterday, saying that he asked Mike for his
What was
number,
it?
and then Mike gave him the local area code, and then
It was another Mike.
867530309.
Yeah.
It was another Mike.
And he said,
That was pretty.
he's
That
like,
was
I don't know
pretty
what's
good,
wrong
Mike.
with this guy. I've been texting him for months, and he won't return my texts. And then he found out. That's brilliant.
We won't say who it was, Mike, but
Yeah, what it was it
you could probably guess.
right?
Well, if
guy
it says it in the
I guess he's in
contest
Florida.
rules, Eric, then you know it's right.
That's gotta be.
Yep. There you go. Hamstick Eric, always factual. That guy, he says the ARL doesn't say 10 watts. Their contests clearly state 5 watts.
Ooh.
So take that, Wilderness Frank.
Full replacement value. John's getting him an upgrade. New towers, new Jeep, new clubhouse.
Or at least a roof.
give him a call.
Now you do realize that that's about 3 numbers short, and
Yeah, I thought
other
that
Mike was still able to make it
I thought that was Jenny's number.
Yeah.
I think it's area code 555. I'm almost positive.
Right.
Text him. He'll be right back to you.
Yeah.
Right.
He'll get right back.
Woo. Okay, I think we had a serious question in here. Bill Myers is asking what kind of coax is that, and I assume he means some of what you were showing there, Steve.
Heliax, maybe.
Yeah. Heliax. That's for John. John, what kind of coax is that you're laying claim to? And why is it better than other
like
coax?
the size of your thumb, the center part.
Mr. Mudd said some metal tape. Bob's their uncle.
Yep.
I'm telling you, them boys had me looking to buy some metal tape last night.
Yeah, I've got some. We called that speed tape in the military.
Hold on.
If you buy the white stuff, is it better?
Dave is an extra class operator, N0KM. He wants to know, is ham? Yes.
Absolutely. Is ham delicious? Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I like a little ham. I like the spiral ham.
Yes.
What about like a honey baked ham?
Honey baked ham. Yep.
Oh yeah.
I dot your
Meal
Fry
eyes.
that stuff up in the morning.
I'm gonna take a nap, y'all.
Yeah.
Fried spam. That's what Joe Brett likes.
That is his Heliax stored at the clubhouse. That's some high
You
dollar
gotta store it
table,
someplace.
No, it's just dual shield RG6. It's just plain old RG. It was $50 for 500.
Is Jenny a ham? Yes, Jenny is a ham. That's what
Jenny got
Dave
some
wanted to
ham,
know.
some country ham.
Dave, I'm just messing with you. It's the kind of show we run.
But I don't see why it's not going to work, right? I mean, it should be just fine.
Not going to work to do what?
What? I'm like, what are you trying to prove? What is your end game with this?
Well, what I'm trying to prove is that you don't need to spend a shitload of money on coaxial cable. That's going to be the end result.
Okay.
But we'll really see how it goes. So literally, you can have 100-foot run of this stuff for $10.
A few bucks. Yeah.
$10. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And so this is a 1-to-1 current balun that I'm making on 75 ohm coax Hollywood, in case you weren't here at the beginning of it.
Todd wants to know from Chuck, specifically Chuck, so no one else answer, which end of the coax should I have my snap-on RF choke? I didn't know Snap-on made RF chokes.
Yeah, that's
didn't
the
capitalize
ones,
that.
the snap-ons.
See, and Frank is already buttoned in. Frank, this is for Chuck.
Well, it depends. It depends on what you're looking to do with it. If you're looking to choke it, like for our Poseidon, you choke it at the antenna and at the radio if you want to. If you're looking for your coax to be part of the antenna, then you want to choke it at the radio, right?
You want to choke it at both ends is the right answer.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on some antennas. Like we're talking about Izzy's antenna the other night. He doesn't want to. He's using the coax as a.
Oh yeah, Ziggy's antenna is a little different.
So you are incorrect, Tape. Not always.
Ziggy's antenna is a little bit different because he does use but he also uses a counterpoise too, right? And
I've used the counterpoise as the radio before. It works.
Yeah, but traditionally, you always want it at the antenna feed point, right? Unless you're being high risk and using the coaxial cable as part of what they call a resonator, is what Ziggy calls it, and then you would use it at the radio feed point.
So we have a few comments in the chat. No, that is my answer to that.
I don't think they should have any priority, and I don't think that they should be allowing. I don't think that they should be announcing that they're operating QRP, because what they're doing is saying that treat me special because I'm operating QRP.
Notice me.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Right. And it's 100%. Hey, you chose to operate QRP. Don't ask the cut in line for anybody. And then you sit there and tell
Sam?
everybody that QRP is the same as 100 watts. Don't.
I mean, that's like going to the
I'll-
grocery store and saying, I'm poor, I'm eating ramen tonight. Can I cut in front of all y'all with groceries? No.
Right.
Stand behind me.
You know what I'll do on a pile up if I hear a weak station sometimes. Not saying that he's QRP or anything like that. I'll actually take him first sometimes because I may not hear him the next time. I may not hear him the next time.
Yeah, because he's not asking for special treatment.
Right.
Just
Nice.
The QRP is
weaker.
like, I'm a vegan. Everybody should think I'm super cool because I'm a vegan.
Right. It's like when they go in the restaurant and then they make the waiter stand there for 40 minutes because they have to go through everything. Is this a nut-free restaurant? Oh, okay. Okay. So if I get my vegan patty, is it cooked on the same griddle? Right. And they want to know all that shit.
It's okay. Don't let the bad man talk bad about you. It's okay.
Don wants to know what the frequency range on that Coax is.
It goes from it. I know it'll do
Really
160 to 3 gigahertz. I believe is what they were saying. Actually, I think it even says it on the cable.
I've been practicing my CW with this thing.
With a tuner. That's just
It's straight key only.
It's cut off where it has it, but it goes to 3 gigahertz.
Well, I think it's straight key only.
Hold it up, Charles.
So I should have this out tomorrow or so.
You got a video coming on it? Awesome.
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
It's a pretty cool.
Holy moly.
It works pretty good. It was actually tuning my doublet. And some bands, I think you found this out, Tio, that some
Craig,
bands it'll only tune in certain areas. And isn't that what you found out with the old version?
But that could be an antenna problem also.
Yeah. I'm hoping it does the Poseidon, which it should easily.
Well, here's the thing: is like
Sorry.
Digital Dreamer saying it. I think is right and wrong because he likes operating at 1 watt on his G90. I've got zero problem using a G90. In the video, I talk about my favorite radios, my IC705. I don't have any problem operating QRP. I actually like to do it. I like to play with Whisper and all that other stuff. My problem is people wanting preferential treatment, and then other people who are QRPers misrepresenting the technical difference between operating QRP and operating barefoot because they're trying to, they're trying to get them to join their club. And then once people join the club, they have a whole list of somebody talks about anything QRP related in terms of power levels, immediately turn the conversation to antennas, right? And they have a whole playbook of excuses they go through all the way down to blaming other hams as to why they don't get contact. Well, people don't answer me because I told them I was QRP. No, it's because they can't hear you, bro. That's why.
Turn it up. That's right.
What did Pamela do to Ham Radio Wilderness? It's okay if whatever you did.
Dave has dropped a $10 super chat. Dave, thank you very much.
Dave, you're awesome.
Thank you,
Hadn't
Dave.
seen Dave in here in a minute. Appreciate it, brother. And then John said you can use 75 ohm. It works great as an impedance transformer. Many beverages and RX antennas are made from RG6.
You damn right.
If you look at a lot of the M,
I don't think I have any of that left. If
you look at a lot of M squared antennas, that's what they use for their matching units.
75 ohms
and stuff. Yeah.
Well, we're bringing 75 ohm back.
Could you also use that as a stub for a bandpass filter?
You could use it for all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I don't see why not. And the thing is, we're bringing 75 ohm cable back.
So we're leading technology.
And then we're moving into CBs. We're moving into CBs, and then we're going to take CBs and make it for 10, 11, and 12.
And then in a couple,
but only we're going to get Cobras.
Tube CB radio.
We're going to get Cobra 149s. Where we can convert them over. I've already got.
Well,
one here,
when people make those collinears, right? The collinear. Chuck, did you do that? Make a collinear antenna?
No, I don't think so. I might have.
They use the stuff for that too.
The CB 500.
Yep.
Let's see what that thing looks like.
CB within
let's look
arm's
at. Let's see
reach
it.
right
Let's
now.
see it.
Whip it out, Steve. Whip it out.
All right.
No,
Let's get a little personal.
That right there is a real CB right there, right above my head. That's a real CB.
I don't think I have any within arm's reach.
That's fake. That's fake. EM6. What's EMG?
Okay, can you put
emergency channel 9
electrics to that? Because I'd like to see that screen.
It's a typical screen. Yeah, take me off a solo and I'll go get a battery.
Okay.
Yeah, hook that thing to a battery.
HKMP5.
I'll do better than that. I'll pop you out. You're gone.
That's where I
Who's
got
that
it
from?
Home Depot.
Oh, you got that at Home Depot for $49?
It's actually $48.
I think
I looked
Dennis
at this
is
stuff on
correct.
EDX Engineering. It wasn't that cheap. Let me tell you, they don't have the RG11 anymore. I don't think you can solder RG11.
Well, see, the thing is that when you're looking at big coax. You know what I mean? Like they'll be like, damn it, these guys are buying 75 ohm cable. We're going to need to come out with mark it up a whole bunch so they think it's good for ham radio.
My house is all 400 for all my.
And
all the stuff on
Dennis
my
said if you
tower.
have an amp, you get preference. So I'm going to start calling full gallon every time I get on the air.
Well, why shouldn't you? And be like,
Nice.
hey, can you take me first? Because I'm operating at 1500 watts and my power, I don't want to use up all my power calling over and over again. Somebody take me first. Take me first.
Right. And Garth, thank you for being a member for 17 months.
Look at that.
That's awesome.
Party
It
on,
looks
Garth.
very similar to
Party on, Garth.
Can you change the color on that?
some
You
of the new
can.
presidents.
Dang, I almost want a CB for my truck. Almost.
Is that a president?
No, it's a
In
radio
disguise?
oddity. It might be.
Did you open it up and see what the board
So
says?
I assume
I
that
did
does
not.
sideband.
It does AM and FM. I did not see a way to do sideband. And this thing where it says, where is it right there? EU? I don't even know what that EU means.
I
Eastern
would guess
Europe.
European.
There isn't any way
Union.
to change it though.
Well, that's awkward.
Yeah, it's
Does
always
it must
said
do
EU.
FM. Oh, it does. Does it do FM?
It does do FM. So emergency is
does,
channel
yeah.
9, and then emergency 2 is channel 19. But you can program those to whatever you want.
I bet you that EU means something.
I bet you it does too, but it
I
was
bet you
not
it
in the
does.
manual. Crazy folks with their manuals.
So how big is that thing size wise?
It's that big.
So smaller
should do
than smaller
We
than
should
an
do a
891.
coffee and ham radios
Much.
CB contest one day.
We
See who
should.
can get out.
So our buddy Sideboom has challenged us to do such a thing.
I
We
do
should
not
do
even
it.
have a CB.
I've got like 7 of them or something like that.
I'll send you
guys.
one.
I know
Can
all
we send
y'all.
you one?
Ziggy
Send
sent
me
me a
one.
message.
I can send
He
you
said-
one.
He says he operates at 100 watts and says he's operating QRP to cut in line.
That's
Right.
right.
That's the gentlemanly way to do it.
You're 30 over S9 WT1W. That's pretty good for a QRP station. That's right.
That's right.
It's all about the antenna. It's all about
That's
the
right. I only
Maybe we
use
should
resonant
face some.
antennas.
Maybe we should face some A99s for CB. See if we can get out.
do some AU99 phasing. So
I'm
I think what I
surprised
would do.
Jason's here. I'm
is-
surprised he put his A99 together for that video he did on it.
Hey,
Well, there's 2
William has
parts,
a
right?
Question for you.
Oh, wait a
there.
minute. There's 3 parts.
What
It is
happens if I
pretty
tune
easy.
my vertical for X equals 0 around 36 ohms and use 75 ohm cable?
Nice.
You should see. What you should see is as X equals 0 on the other side. So basically, your coaxial cable, regardless if it's 50 or 75 ohms, is really just a window that you would see through. Where I think you would start to see trouble is if you were mixing and matching, like
I
if
got
you had
3
a
of them, John.
50 ohm kit piece connected to a 75 ohm piece. So
2
what
of
we're
them I
going to
don't
do
wanna
is
touch,
we're going to do some testing with the Poseidon, where we hook 50 feet of RG8X up and do the sweep from 40 to 10, and then do it with 75 ohm cable. Do the same sweep and do a comparison.
Interesting. I need to go out
And
and
by
look
we,
and
you
see
mean
if
you.
I've got any.
Well, it'll probably be a coffee and ham radios joint. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
once you get that coax put together, it'll be months.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting closer. I've got 3 different connectors that don't fit. I mean, sooner or later,
I have crimp on F connectors and I have a crimper that'll crimp them. I mean,
get your tired ass up to Home Depot and get a spool wire. It's $48.
I got to go to work on Saturday and make some changes. Got to get my wife her birthday present while I'm in
Yeah,
town.
it's probably not.
I will go
Tom.
to Home Depot and get some coax.
You can run
Now,
up there.
is he
right
going to
after
forget the
show.
coax, or is he going to forget the wife's birthday present?
Shit, I know which one I ain't gonna forget.
The coax cable.
She knows.
Don-
She knows
Don-
where all
Really?
the booms. She knows where all the booms.
Don,
Really?
what do you
are at.
have? Don, you said you
There was
had one.
There was 2 choices. I picked the wrong one.
Oops.
Of course.
That was the top case, by the way.
Well, you're halfway there.
Take it
Well, all
off.
right.
Yeah.
All right. So this is Phil. Phil's.
We can get the
saying,
screwdriver out, and I'll show you how to fix that thing a little more
What
power.
CB should I buy?
I mean, not that we do that. What?
Right.
You?
Cobra
Yes.
29. Or I mean, I'd get a
I have
Cobra
no.
29.
I have zero idea about CBs. Zero.
Well, it
This is
depends
a
on how much
striker.
you want
Buy a
to how much
striker.
you want to spend, right? I mean, you can buy a $500 striker, which is awesome, but
What's the one that you can add the DDS VFO board to?
Just
That's
buy
Cobra,
the
right?
I don't know.
just buy the unit in, man. The little small cheap unit is about this big. The Pro, but buy the Pro model.
I'm just gonna go
'Cause
to
you
the
want
gas
RF
station.
gain.
I'm going to go down to the truck stop right after this is over and scout
Don't-
out.
I like
Don't
my
buy the
Galaxy,
Peak and
but
Tune.
the new Galaxies aren't very good. From what
Don't
I
buy what?
understand, they're
The Peak and Tune kit. Son, we got Earl in the back, and Earl will put the screwdriver to that thing, boy. Give you the big watts. Don't do it.
There's a Galaxy right there. That one has been good. My buddy said that works on them said that their new ones have a lot of cold solder, and that's
There you
an
go, Jim.
old.
That's right, Jeff.
That's an old Cobra 29. You don't want a Cobra 29 like that one that has the connection on the front. You want it on the side.
But you could probably get a
With
Cobra
microphone.
29 Classic for about $150.
Okay.
Yeah, it's junk. It's junk.
I don't
Oh,
know.
Don says he has a President
So
McKinley
I was thinking I was
too.
going to go on the Amazon and get the cheapest one, and then you said no. So
If I didn't have a CB and I was looking to buy one, I'd probably buy the Cobra 29.
what about the one that somebody just mentioned, the one that does 10, 11, and 12?
Well, like you could get one like the Anytone
one is that?
666 Andy Cali saying is a sweet CB. But you're starting to talk about spending more money, and so when you get these, they're going to have multiple bands on them. They're usually going to have A through E,
Nice.
and each one of those is a different
10
set of
meter.
channels that you can program with the
10 meter
CPS.
radios.
The Anytone 866 actually has VFO functionality, so you can spin
Yeah.
it between the channels, right? Which
Okay.
is kind of a no-no. But you're really looking at an export radio at that point, which is buying a 10-meter radio and then modding it for 11, which gets everybody all upset because I don't think it's allowed. What's
Well,
that say?
neither-
I've got it.
It says
I've got a-
dip, right? Where's it? Right there.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
that's-
a big old
666?
white arrow.
That's the spot to do it, folks. I don't know what it's
Right.
pointing at.
666. Let me
What are
look.
you doing with it?
Hang
What do you
on.
mean dip? What is that supposed to do?
Where? All the arrow?
Yeah.
So there's probably a dip switch up between those filters at the top. Is that or is that
Looks
solder?
like
I can't-
Polaroids up there.
Sometimes you
those are
spread the coils.
Yeah.
Don't
and then
spread the coil.
sometimes there's Well, there's a lot of
Well, so you see
stuff.
you see where that
jumper
that
down
that-
here and a jumper wire.
see where that white wire is coming out. That's usually what they snip for the
Snip.
right.
Gotcha. It seems
I'm not
kind of
telling you what
obvious
to
too,
do.
doesn't it?
Yeah, but that's it.
Well, there ain't much there. Look at the final.
That's
Ain't
what
no
I'll do. I'll
pills in
hit up
that thing.
Sideboom in Discord later and ask him. Sideboom, I need a CB,
I'm
so I
telling
can
you,
be
man.
like I can
Just
be
put
like
a little
cool
unit in.
kids.
He'll
Just put
just
a
send
little
you
unit in.
You know what? He's totally right. More Canby anglers and trawlers is right. Just get a G90 and snip the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
That's probably the best.
And the G90 has one of those arrows in it also. I've been told.
So here's a fact. If you open up your Cobra,
Look who's
Cobra,
sassing now.
guess what it has? If you look at the board, it probably says Uniden on it.
Yeah, I think that
most
isn't
of them.
Cobra owned by Uniden or vice versa, something like that. I think it's the same company.
They use their boards for some reason. They used to have like the 149, whichever the sideband one, Cobra. I forget the number. I have one of those.
It's so
It's
many
actually it does everything. It's like,
But if you want to have some fun,
it's confusing.
you should watch the CB channels that do the peak and tune jobs on people's radios on YouTube. And they all hate each other. All they do is trash talk
Yeah,
all
they
the
do.
other bad. And they're like, that boy's
148,
on
right,
meth. I
Marvin?
know it. He's smoking meth in his trailer all day and working on your radio. Send him to me. I smoke the meth after I work on your radio. It's after, not before like he does. And
Are they all in Baltimore? Because
they trash each other constantly. It's hilarious.
James just threw out an interesting idea here because I have a 706. Mars mod the 706.
Or the 7300 if you want a waterfall.
I don't have a 7300, but I have a 706.
Do it. Do it up.
I don't know. I think I'd go
well.
I think I would go with the G.
But is that legal?
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Unless you have a Mars license.
Unless if it's an accident, if you accidentally
accidentally. I mean, I was just looking at it, officer. I'm sorry, but that diode got accidentally soldered.
Whoops, that diode fell out.
How'd you get her pregnant? It was an accident.
Yeah.
Really? You just slipped and fell?
Twice.
Cobra
That's all it takes to
29
him? Wow.
right.
Oh,
Maybe it's on a
M0JEO.
handheld.
M0JEO said he bought a 706 that was full of 27 megahertz frequencies.
That's awesome.
Nice.
So nice.
President just came out with a handheld CB like probably a year and a half ago.
Marvin's saying the anytones.
Yeah, he's totally right. So what Ziggy's saying, so what these radio CB repair guys do is they buy a bunch of radios, and then they say, hey, buy your radio from me, don't buy it from the shop, because I'll put my special tune on it for you. And a lot of the CBs do need to be tuned correctly, not the wrong way. And what they'll do is that if they're feuding with another CB repair shop, they'll secretly buy a radio from them and get it, and they'll do a review on that person's tune and just trash them. Right. But it's funny because like the other guy will come back and say he bought my radio and he retuned it before he did his video on it, and it is hilarious.
Now Starman said a Cobra.
Hey guys, we're cutting in there.
CBs have not changed at all, other than
we're supposed to shut
the
up.
Quality probably
President
has gone
McKinley
down in CBs.
Too. Well, I'm not saying to shut up. I'm just saying we're cutting in. We're cutting into Hallmark night.
Oh, you need
I think it might. I think it actually might be Law and Order, or what is the other one, like Blue Shield or something. You know what I mean?
Well, I was gonna say these are the new soap operas. That's all my wife watches anymore. CSI, some special thing.
I don't like it because my wife is now an expert on killing people. You know what I'm saying? Because,
how to kill your husband shows.
My wife has seen all the episodes.
She would have got away with it, right? If she didn't post that on Instagram, she would have gotten away with it.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Don's device. I looked at President McKinley.
So maybe what you want is a older 148 from the Philippines,
like this one that Larry's talking about, a Cobra 148.
Yeah, the 148 is the sideband, but you need the one I have is just like the model after the Philippine. The Philippine models were supposed to be like the best. I don't know why, but that's where they were made at the time.
That's right, Joe Brett. I think it may do CB. I'm not 100% sure, but it may. I don't know.
What's that?
The Flex.
Joe said Mars Mod the Flex, and I've got the extra package in it. I don't remember.
That's probably just a software mod on that thing, right?
Yeah, he's flexing on Flex.
It might be. I need to check. What is a
Siri
frequency off
27 triple nickel 27555.
All right, hang on.
Hold on, stop the show.
Yep.
Oh, $239 for that McKinley.
Frank wants us to plug his stuff.
Well, not really on our show.
Is it Frank? Is this on your channel or is this on a different channel?
If it's on his channel, we can't talk about it.
Because we were actually going to stream again at 10 Central.
Right.
So I don't know.
That's our new normal time.
We're going to really mess around with the QRP stuff.
The Late Show.
It's on his channel.
Yes, I have CB on the Flex.
10.
It keys up on 27555.
Into a dummy load. Into a dummy load.
Well, yeah.
Are you sure it does?
Yeah, it's keying up into a dummy load right now.
Sorry, Hef.
Totally.
Yeah, but Ham Radio Tube. Our good friend Michael he's going live at 10 o'clock too. I think Jason's going live at 10 o'clock too.
Well, Jason don't care. He'll go live all day long.
Jason will go live over the top of himself.
Right. That's right. I think he streamed on it over his own
2 different phones at the same time.
Right. Right.
And then I think the Clubhouse is going live at 10 o'clock too.
Yeah, isn't there a GMRS like trivia?
What's the difference? Ask Don what the McKinley 2 over the regular McKinley has on it.
Hey Don, what does the McKinley 2 have over the regular McKinley on it?
Thanks, Abe. You want me to ask him too, Chuck?
Thanks, Abe. Yeah, would you?
Hey Don, what does the McKinley 2 have over the regular McKinley?
He's not answering. I guess he doesn't know. We stumped him.
I mean, it does take some time.
Yeah, now all of a sudden Don's got nothing to say. Oh, FM.
FM.
He's just got FM.
I don't think it's not even legal in the States, is it?
FM is now.
Jody said the Raytheon mod gives you everything, and it looks like it's keying up on 27555.
Into a dummy load.
Into a dummy load.
Into a dummy load.
Frank kickoff. Will that flex kick off a 10 pill? Nice.
Yes, Don, I do have a PGXL. It's not engaged right now because I'm only transmitting into a dummy load because it would be illicit.
Well, you have a dummy load on the other side of that amp too. You can try it out.
What if you bring it down to 4 watts? Make it 4 watts.
So you need to get on upper sideband on 27555 and be like, listen to the sound. Is Big Bama Jim getting down? I mean,
Big Bama
Jim. Right. That's what you need to do, son.
Yeah, it tunes it for sure, and I think
it says 24 volts. The McKinley 2 says 24 volts. What the heck?
Well, a lot of them can do 24 or 12.
Aren't European cars weird voltage?
We need D-Star.
Well, no, a lot of people put CBs like in their tractors and stuff, and tractors
that's
are
true.
24 volt systems.
Yep.
It's not water resistant though.
So speaking of pills,
reporter will do 11 meter reporting, by the way, folks.
Speaking of pills, Toshiba is actually re-releasing some of their transistors. So a lot of the transistors they use in the homebrew amps in the CV world, James, they're big, round, and white. And so they call them pills. So if you have a 4-pill amp, that means you have 4 transistors in there.
Okay.
Is this the new trend, Abe?
Yeah, the more pills that you have, the less room you have for filters. But it doesn't matter because nobody's filtering on 11 anyway.
CB, right?
No, so the trend I'm talking about is anytime we need to ham-splain anything, we just explain it to Jim. So Jim, in case you don't know, Toshiba pills are these white transistors that they use in the CV world.
And Mike says you should be Tiger Tail should be your handle.
Right.
Tiger Tail Jim.
This here's Tiger Tail. Y'all come back.
This here's Tiger Tail Jim.
Oh, Lord.
Running 1,500 watts.
No doubt about it.
Only running 4.
No doubt about it.
Only running 4.
That's what they say.
Swinging 1,500.
Right. No doubt about it. 5 watt 15.
That's right.
See, sideband you can have 12 watts. 12 watts.
So Jesse, nothing yet, but I got a whole lot of knowledge dropped on me today. So there's gonna be another video testing it out. Talking about my 7100.
We are over time. I got to pee. I know that at least one of these other old bastards with me.
Bad. I got to pee bad.
I went before the show. I'm fine.
The one, but that one and that one, I know both probably got to go too.
Super Bowl Jim's coming too.
That's right.
John, I got to watch
John, I have cottage, son. That's right.
John, I have 3 of those A99s. Just saying.
I'm hitting the button, fellas. Y'all wave bye.
Later, everybody.
Later, guys. Thank you, everybody. Had a great time.
Appreciate it. Great show.
Y'all.